Hi guys, Steve here, and on this video I'm going to show you how I got to this Rhyniognatha trap by showing you all the previous ones along the way. Some of the others work, and I'll go over the mechanics as we go to help you if you wanted to try and make your own trap. I showed you this bit before, but I first tried to trap them between two dino gates. Most of the time it didn't work, it's just too inconsistent, so it can't be trusted, as the rhino just keeps flying out. I also tried it with 4 gates, but again it just flew out. My first trap that managed to trap it was this. It's got 4 foundations on the bottom, double doorways at the sides, 1 dino gate, and 4 hatches at the top. You'd get the rhino's aggro, run it into the trap, get another dino gate, lock it in from behind, and there you go, you got it trapped. However, because it's a small space, it never impregnated my dino. I watched the footage of me taming it in the wild without a trap, and every time it wanted to impregnate my dino, it flew back quite far, so I knew I had to give it some distance to impregnate my dino, so I needed to make the trap bigger. I started by making it taller, trapped the rhino inside, but it didn't impregnate my dino. I think because a wall of double doors next to each other is too narrow to get his tail through. Then I tried a long one, 2 wide and 10 deep, to see if that'd give it enough space. It was a pain in the ass to get it in, and when I did it didn't impregnate my dino. I think its roof is too low down, and I think the dino gate stopped its tail from impregnating a dino. I then doubled the cage height to 8 high and put double doorways in every other space, leaving the back corner open 2 tiles wide, and that worked really well. This is the first time a trap worked consistently over and over again. Just like that. And it's around and I noticed a cooldown period before the dino can get impregnated again. Next I reduced the trap size to 8 tiles wide. That works side on where the openings are, because later I found out it needs space for its tail, but I thought the trap was too big to build, so I wanted to cut it down a bit. So I made it 3 wide and 2 deep. I think about 10 or 11 high. This worked okay, as long as you were standing in the right position. At this point I still wasn't sure about the cooldown before impregnations, so I thought I'd open the trap up a bit more to see if it was that. Thought about coming at it diagonally with only 2 tiles above, that way I give a tail more space to get into the air. I tried it over and over again and it worked really well. I started to realise the more space and freedom it had, the more chance it added of impregnating your dino. I had an idea of dropping a Rhyniognatha in from the top, so I put a large hatch frame there. But it didn't seem to work and I couldn't get it to impregnate the dino. It was working worse than the last one, so it's then I was sure it needed space for its tail above. I wanted to try it as I did hope you could drop a Rhyniognatha inside the top when it's netted with a text GIF, but it's really tricky to get it in. And if a Rhyniognatha touches the trap at all, it ends up on top of a text GIF and can escape. After a few attempts of trying this, I knew it was just too hard to do and a waste of time. Dropping it in from the top didn't work, however you can bring it in from the sides. The 2 tile wide trap is a bit difficult to do it as you bang the sides. Flying, hit the back, it drops a Rhyniognatha. Getting your text GIF out is a bit of a pain as well. I've tried locking it in with double doorways, because when I netted it, it kept falling on top of a dino gate, so I took it out and replaced it with these. But when you net a Rhyniognatha, it falls on the floor, and I found these double doors pin it in place, so it can't fly up and be free, and they stop it from impregnating your dino, because a rhino can't move. So I thought, okay, I'll scrap those, and just build up double doorways to lock it in. So I reverted back to the 2 ceiling tile trap with lots of space. But weirdly that one didn't want to work anymore. I want to give you one that works every single time, so I did some more amends. Add an extra tile, so it's now got 5 foundations. That worked okay, but not all the time. Rhyniognatha mostly flies down to your creature to attack it, so I thought if I could raise a dino up off the ground, Rhino might have more chance to stay in the air, so more chance to impregnate my dino. I built some steps for it, but they seem to block the impregnation. It might work, but you can try other things to step on if you want. I then went back to the 2 hatch frame ceiling tile one. Again, it gave good results, but not perfect. Then I tried a 3x3 cage in the shape of a cross. It only worked if you were standing diagonally on, and not all of the time. I strongly suspected the roof hatches were blocking its tail from working. So I tried a star foundation to see if that'd work any better. It was inconsistent and had to move around a lot. I think the ceiling was blocking it more than the other. That's when I decided to delete the middle triangles and square, and just have the outside triangles on the edges holding it in. And because of the entrance, with double doorways hanging down from the air, I needed to join the entrance triangle up with one of the sides which go all the way down to the ground. And that's what the extra side bit's for. And that's how I created my trap that should work every time. And you can watch my video on how to tame a mutant super army of Rhyniognatha's that I'll link at the end. I hope you found this video helpful and interesting, and if you did, please like and subscribe, click the bell notifications and all, share with your friends, and check out the videos at the end. Thanks for watching, goodbye.